All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, August 31st, 2019. First real day of college football. Anything before that doesn't count. I am Teresa. If you've watched this channel before, you've seen me. I've never gone live before. This is new for both me and my husband, Jeramie. Everybody say hi to Jeramie. So we're here to talk about football today. That is our topic, and we're going to try to do these videos every Saturday. If for some reason he has to work on a Saturday, then I will be running these solo, I guess, unless I can talk him into a Friday night stream. Doesn't look like that's very likely. Anyway, so basically what we're going to talk about today is we're going to go over today's games. We're going to be discussing the AP top 25 teams. That's going to be our starting point for this particular series. So yeah, first of all, let's go over the games over the last week and just quickly touch on those because we can't really make any predictions on those games since they're already over. We'll start with last Saturday's game, which again, I don't count as the first day of college football because one game doesn't count. So last Saturday was Florida and Miami, number 8 Florida and Miami, and Florida only won that game 24-20.
And I hear it was like a really great game.
I'm sure it was great to watch, but for the number 8 ranked team,
and we probably should have watched it,
but to be that close of a score with an unranked team.
What does that speak for Florida?
Maybe it speaks, but I don't follow for it. I'm going to do better this season about actually watching teams outside of the Miami, 2 or 3 I've always watched.
Miami being sort of an in-state rival, kind of all bets are off on stuff like that.
That's true, but it's just they're unranked. It shouldn't be a 4-point game. That's just my opinion on it. All right, let's move on to, let's see, the Thursday games, I believe, were, of course, Clemson and Georgia Tech. I honestly can't believe the final was 52-14. Clemson, obviously. Clemson being ranked number 1. I can't believe Georgia Tech managed to score 14 points on Clemson because Alabama barely scored 14 points in the championship game against them. So
we saw the one score. We saw them score that one time, and then we turned it over. I flipped it over to something else because it was just getting kind of boring or whatever. Yeah. And then the second score happened, but that could have been by the time Clemson put in second string and all that. You know how it goes at the end of the games where you put the second string in. And
so no big surprise. I mean, most of these games this week, we shouldn't see any surprises, I don't think. There's the one real interesting game this week. Everything else should just play by the rules.
What game would that be?
We'll get to it. I don't remember if Texas A&M and Texas State was Thursday or if it was yesterday, but in any event, number 12 Texas A&M versus Texas State. A&M won 41-7, so that's an easy win for them. We should see a lot of those types of scores out of the top 25 teams this week.
She's been calling it Cupcake Week.
It's Cupcake Week. And usually that's before the rivalry games. But
kind of hoping for upset week, which would be awesome.
This year, opening day, I know that's a baseball term, but, it's Cupcake Week this week. Okay, and then we had number 14 Utah at BYU last night. No, that was Thursday night too, wasn't it?
BYU?
The BYU game? Wasn't that Thursday night? Anyway, regardless, Utah won 30-12. He watched more of that game than I did, and I couldn't make myself pay attention to it. I wasn't interested.
That was Friday. No.
Utah won 30-12. I mean, it's Utah and BYU. Utah being ranked and BYU being BYU.
What do they call that? The Holy Bowl?
Yeah, the Holy War. The Holy War. I did not know until this week that game was referred to as the Holy War. I may have to develop an interest in it just because of the the name of the particular game. All right. And then we had number 17 UCF versus Florida A&M. I'm sorry. And it was a complete blowout, 62-0. UCF is out to prove something the last couple of years,
and I hope they do.
We'll talk a little bit more after we get through all the games. We got a couple of things outside of specific games that we want to talk about. So, but yeah, UCF did what UCF's been doing for the last couple of years. They walked away with that game. It was 62-0. I'm not the least bit surprised. My biggest thing is I don't understand why they're only ranked number 17 right now. So,
gotta quit bumping the table.
Then we had number 18 Michigan State versus Tulsa. Watched a little bit of that last night, not a whole lot of it. I have a very hard time paying attention to blowout games. I lose interest very quickly because they're just not fun to watch. I'd rather scream at my TV, and it's hard to do
when it ain't close.
When there's no chance of a close game. But Michigan State won 28-7 against Tulsa. And then we had number 19 Wisconsin at Southern Florida, and again a blowout game, 49-0. Did we watch any of that game?
Which one?
Wisconsin, South Florida. We didn't.
No, we
didn't watch any of that game. Nope. This is not a ranked team, but he really enjoyed watching the Wake Forest Utah State game last night. It was 38-35.
Because it was a close game. It was back and forth. It was you back score, I'm going to score. We're going to screw it up. We're going to screw it up. And then it was a good game. Turns out, I don't know what team it was. I was watching a little bit of Sports Center. Can I say Sports Center?
Yes, you can.
We were talking about.
I don't think Sports Center is going to notice us speaking.
We were talking about copyright stuff and how we can't have music in the background because, and I was bummed out about that. And so, anyway, whatever. But there was another game, and I can't remember who it was, that turned out to be something of a good game like that. Like they kept tying each other, and I wish we'd have watched the other one, but I got sucked in. It's fun. Enjoyed it. Good game.
38-35. I wish there were going to be more games like that today.
Not this week.
We don't have them this week. But also, I want to go ahead and say, because I will forget because I did not write this down anywhere. I will be live tweeting at the very least the Alabama Duke game.
I ain't gonna tweet shit.
Yes, because he doesn't do Twitter, and y'all convince him he needs to get on Twitter. My husband's amazing and hilarious, and you'll learn that as we go through this. He needs a Twitter account for nothing other than football on Saturdays. All right, so let's get to today's games, and we're gonna go in time order. This is the order the games will be played today.
That'd be chronological.
Chronological, yeah. We're gonna go in chronological order.
Wasn't tripping.
They're like the 12 o'clock games. I have them listed in the order the teams are ranked. So there's chronological and numerical combined on the list. And we're gonna do just a basic who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. And we may adjust that further into the season into actual predictions of scores, or how much they're going to win by, or whatever. But I don't have enough knowledge of these teams right now to feel comfortable making those types of predictions. He could care less. But
you just first week you don't know nothing about them, then just go off the cuff, because that's what I'm going to do the whole time. Then the point when we reach the point of you being willing to do scores and stuff, still going to do it from the heart.
And you're going to be mad because I'm actually going to be paying attention this season, because I want to provide quality content for our YouTube followers. All 0 of you right now. So we need subscribers. Y'all subscribe. Well, I'll reiterate that at the end of the video.
Yeah,
anyway,
maybe somebody will watch this after. We're not live.
First game today, or on the list anyway, at noon. So coming up here in about 30 minutes, we have got Ohio State, number 5 Ohio State versus Florida Atlantic. I'm obviously, as much as it pains me to say the Ohio State University, because they're the pretentious university.
Then from now on, we refer to Alabama as the University
of Alabama.
And
I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of teams or schools that have "the" in the title of their school. I don't know why Ohio State thinks they're special.
And yeah, we are gonna hate on Ohio State.
For clarification, anyone who hasn't figured it out yet, I am an Alabama fan. My husband here is an Auburn fan. We are originally from Alabama, and we now live in Ohio.
Lived in Alabama for 30-something and 40-something years of our lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then moved up here.
So we're in non-friendly. They don't like us, the SEC up here, because we dominate them. So anyway, I am not an Ohio State fan. I can't stand Ohio State. Although I'm a little less. I'm trying to abrasive. I feel a little less abrasive now that Urban Meyer is gone, because I
you had that whole
really couldn't stand Urban Meyer.
And what's crazy is I liked Urban Meyer when he was down in Florida. Was it Florida? Florida,
I think.
When Urban Meyer first came on the scene, he was this young guy, this young coach, and I thought he was awesome. And then I don't think we're going to get into like controversy stuff or whatever. And then he blew it for me. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I was never.
But I thought he was cool for a long time. I thought he was a good coach.
I hope Urban enjoys his retirement, and that's where he stays.
There you go. And he will. He will.
Because even though I don't watch the NFL,
which gives
I don't want to see him coaching anywhere. I don't think he deserves to be coaching.
Puts a small tangent, and I'm gonna derail stuff for a second.
And this is what we do, people. This is how we have discussions.
We spoke of Urban Meyer, and you said you hope he enjoys retirement and doesn't come back. I'm so glad Les Miles came back. That crazy son of a bitch. I love him.
Okay. Now that we know that. Who is Les Miles coaching for? Do you remember?
He's coaching.
Glad he's back.
I'm glad he's back, and he's not coaching for an SEC team anymore. Do you know who he's coaching for? Because we talked about it last night.
We did talk about it. I want to say it was Kentucky. Was it Kentucky?
It's not Kentucky.
It's not Kentucky?
No,
I don't remember.
It's Kentucky. I don't think it's an SEC team. I can't remember who it is.
I don't remember where he went. Nebraska, maybe? I don't know.
It's like Eastern Kentucky or something. It's not like no. But
I actually think it is one of the bigger schools, but
I don't think it is.
I mean, you've got your phone if you want to look it up. If you want to be
look it up. Forgot I have my phone. Hey.
So while we're at I'm as much as I hate to say this, but I gotta. On our predictions of winners and losers, there is something on the line between the two of us within the HurstHouse, and that is whoever has Kansas.
Sorry,
whoever has the best record in their predictions each week is the winner, and the loser is responsible for game day food the following week. So we have a little bit of something on the line. Who has to cook? And we have to cook.
But we have
ordering
a grill.
Pizza is a cop out.
No, we have a grill. And I got about 50 pounds worth of hickory. Good to go.
So, Ohio State, Florida Atlantic. I'm obviously picking Ohio State. And you? Ohio State. This week may be a little difficult for us to even get a winner because it's Cupcake Week, except for that one game. That one game may make the difference in who's cooking next week. All right, next game. Number 21, Iowa State versus Northern Iowa, also at 12 o'clock. I really don't have anything to say about either one of these teams. I don't know them. So that's going to be one of the things I'm going to have to follow up on this week is watch some of Iowa State.
I'm going to go with the ranked team just to be a wuss about it.
And I'm going to have to do the same. So and yeah, sorry, I'm going to be writing I could go back and look at the video afterward, but
I thought you were on Nebraska and South Alabama there. I didn't realize.
No, I said Iowa State.
Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't listen to me.
No.
He doesn't.
My biggest flaw.
Well,
Oh, yeah. You know where I wanted to go with that. I'm not gonna do it.
the next game, also at 12 o'clock, number 24 Nebraska, and they're playing South Alabama, and
same thing. That's what I thought we were.
I don't have love for the state of Alabama. I do have love for the football teams in Alabama because Alabama knows how to play football. All of the teams in Alabama.
So you going South Alabama with us?
No, I'm not going South Alabama because it's Nebraska. They're not going to beat. I mean, I hope it's a good game.
They're almost out of the top.
I hope it's a good game, but it's South Alabama. It's not Troy. It's not JSU.
Yeah. If it was JSU, I'd go JSU all day.
Yeah, and it's not Sanford.
Yeah. So yeah.
Because Sanford with Bill, what's his face? I can't remember his name. I'm so mad at myself right now because he actually coached at my high school when I was a kid. It's Bill something or another, and I can't remember his last name. But he's a great guy, and I hope he can. No, he's at UAB. He's at UAB, not Sanford.
I went to Talladega High School, so.
But UAB, I hope UAB shows up like they did last year for Coach Bill. Anyway, so we're both going Nebraska, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, then we move on to the 3 o'clock game, which is number 13 Washington versus Eastern Washington. I mean, again, I don't have really anything. As the season moves along, I will be able to talk more about these teams that I haven't followed in previous years because I'm going to try to do research to make sure that we have more discussion available.
The only research I'm going to do is what's on the television and what I see of these teams when they play and the scores.
Yeah. So I'm going Washington. Are you going Washington?
Yeah, I'm going to go Washington.
Not Eastern Washington? You don't want
to roll the dice a little bit? No.
Risk. You don't want to risk the bet for the week? I mean, all right. Here we go. The 3:30 game, my game, Alabama and Duke. Because I can. It's our channel, and I will talk about what I want to talk about. Alabama at number 2. First of all, I do think Alabama deserves the number 2 ranking. I'm not delusional. Sorry. I'm not delusional in thinking that we should always just automatically be ranked number 1. I think what's going to be interesting this season is Clemson and Alabama both have pretty weak schedules this year. And if we both are playing at our best and blowing out the teams in the way that we should and that we've become accustomed to, first of all, I'm going to be bored out of my mind watching Alabama games. I still watch them, but I don't know how they're going to maintain. I mean, can we have number 1s when Alabama shows that they're still Alabama? I'm interested to see how Tua does I'd like to see Tua play more 4-quarter games.
What's number 1?
I'm saying, can we have number 1 teams when Alabama shows that they're still the same team? And Clemson's still, anyway. I don't want to see it flip-flop all season. Obviously, I want to see Alabama jump back up to number 1 because that's where we're used to being. But I know where we're at. We got Saban on the sideline with his new hip, so he may be able to get his foot a little further up somebody's ass this year. It's Duke. I feel like it's pretty obvious that Alabama's going to win this game. Now, I will also say this because I see it every year and it frustrates me every year to see Alabama fans yelling and screaming about how our defense looks like crap in the first game or 2. And they usually do. And that's the point. We look like crap, but we still win the games. And we take a little bit of time getting adjusted, especially we've got a couple of key losses on our defense right now too. So we've got freshmen stepping in, so they're going to have to make some adjustments. So we probably won't look real good beating Duke, but we're still going to beat them handily. Do you feel the same way?
All right, no, this is where I'm at. All right,
Okay.
so I didn't purposely research this game. Like, I was reading an article about Auburn that popped up on my phone for some weird reason. I don't know. It's crazy. But
Auburn stuff just randomly pops up on his phone. I wonder why.
well,
Same reason Alabama
it
stuff.
was like a
randomly pops up.
notification. And
because Google knows what you're interested in.
so anyway, I get this notification from AL.com about an article, and it's basically they're talking about the Auburn Oregon game, which we'll get to here in a little while. And
sorry, I just realized the TV's reflecting off my glasses. Oh no, that's the laptop. Never mind.
Man, turn that back on, please. So anyway. This article went on to talk about the Alabama Duke game and how Duke actually has a chance. So I'm going to risk cooking dinner because, well, I mean, I'm risking it already because I know where she's going with the Auburn Oregon game. She's going to do it. But I'm going to risk it, and I'm going to go with Duke. Duke! Because, I don't know.
All right.
Read an article, gave me a little hope. I mean, gave me a little insight.
I'm just gonna mention that Alabama is predicted to win this game. I think 35 or 36 points. So I'm actually going.
College
if
football.
If I were to predict, if Tua is on point today, I say we're going to win by 40.
It's college football. Things happen.
So, but we'll see. All right, let's move on.
I'm gonna risk cooking dinner. Ooh.
Yeah. Yes, but you have to figure out what you're cooking. You don't get to ask me what you're cooking.
Too easy.
That's
easy.
That's where the challenge
Already
is.
got it right here. Already know where I'm going with it.
All right, we got the 3:30 game. Number 15, Penn State. No, not wrong team. Got the wrong team in my head. Penn State versus Idaho. I got nothing here. As far as like
Penn State's ranked 15th. Idaho is not ranked.
Well, we've only got the one game that's two ranked teams today. So, I mean, I'm going Penn State. I'm going ranked team. We'll get to Oregon, Auburn when we get there.
I'll go Penn State too.
All right. And then we got a 4:00 game. Number 25, Stanford versus Northwestern. I'm actually going to go Northwestern on this just because
25.
Northwestern is always somewhat competitive, and I would like to see Stanford get knocked out of the top 25. So
I'm going to go Stanford.
Okay. He's just being difficult. All right, then we move on. We actually 6:00. We're jumping to 6:00. Number 22, Syracuse at Liberty. I'm going Syracuse. Syracuse is usually a pretty good program, so.
Yeah. I'll run with Syracuse as well. The Orange Man. What's going on with TV?
It's the Xbox and Hulu. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a live game about to start. Hulu's freezing up. Thank you, Hulu. Shout out to Hulu for freezing during live events. You're amazing. I'm glad we pay $65 a month to have your service.
She's tripping on Hulu, but it's been good to us for the most part.
For the most part. But when there's a live event, Hulu's servers crash.
Saves us a bunch of money.
Anyway, this is not an advertisement for Hulu.
No.
We are not sponsored in any way by Hulu.
By anybody.
Yet. We're open to sponsorships. All right. Moving on to 7:30. This is where things get a little bit better. We got number 3, Georgia at Vanderbilt. This should be a really good game.
I didn't realize Georgia was playing Vandy.
Yeah, Georgia at Vandy.
And I've said this for years, and I'm going to say it until the day I die. Vandy, like Louisville for some reason, comes back and stomps somebody's ass that they shouldn't every year. Like a huge ranked team. This could be the day.
Do you think it's going to be the day?
Fuck it, I'll go with Vandy.
He's going with Vandy. I'm definitely not shorting Georgia on this game. Georgia is my pick.
I mean, it's probably a little too early in the year for them to do it. But
Jake Fromm, as long as he's
But
as long as he's on his game.
Vandy plays
Vandy's got no
SEC
chance.
teams hard every game, and this.
Stop worrying about the TV. We're doing a live show.
And this will probably be the time that Vandy, doesn't play hard and gets their asses stomped. But generally, Vandy plays.
If it was
the
someone
last game of the year
ranked 10 to 25, I'd probably say Vandy might have a shot, but I just don't see them beating a top 10 team.
They play the shit out of
not
SEC
first game
team.
of the season. Every team struggles first game of the season. Well, not every team, but most teams. You got your jitters from your underclassmen who, especially when it's a televised game, you got little kinks to work out because you're playing a real game. So. But I just don't see Vandy taking Georgia in this game. All right, then we've got a 7:30 game, number 6 LSU versus Georgia Southern. Coach O, I love me some Coach O. I cannot stand LSU because I'm an Alabama fan and I'm not allowed to like LSU, but I do like the coach. Yeah. Coach O's awesome. Love to listen to him talk. Love to watch him get red-faced on the sidelines.
I like Coach O too. Could listen to him talk all day. Could listen to him read the phone book.
Wouldn't know what he's saying.
No, I wouldn't understand a word, but I like him.
But we like him.
I like him. He's passionate. He's cool. He's a cool guy.
And,
seems like.
They're SEC. I'm going to pull for an SEC team.
And I'm with LSU on this one too.
So we're both going LSU. We knew that was going to happen. We like seeing Coach O win. We like seeing Coach O win. Coach O.
Well, you do realize he's attached to the team, right?
Well, I'm just going to say maybe when the Gus bus finally completely breaks down, Auburn should try to get Coach O.
I want Les Miles. Still want Les Miles.
I think you'll need Coach O.
Always want Les Miles.
Coach O on the Plains would be interesting.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
But Coach O ain't leaving LSU. He speaks their language. He speaks Baton Rouge.
Okay. The next 7:30 game is number 7 Michigan versus Middle Tennessee. I think it's a gimme for Michigan.
Wolverines.
I mean, I ain't mad at Michigan. I don't love them, but I ain't mad at them. I would really like to see them beat the Ohio State.
Lesser of the two evils when you're from the South and you move up north.
We live in Toledo, so we're in split territory here. I mean, we're used to rivalry, to living in a rivalry area, and
fans-wise,
we're going Michigan.
Fans-wise, the Michigan folks seem to be a little less obnoxious.
And just in general, they're not the Ohio State.
No, they're Michigan Wolverines.
Let's trademark
the
word
Michigan Wolverines. Yeah, are you kidding me? How you trademark a word?
Well, I could see it if it's not. If it's not,
that's the definite article, right? How are you going to trademark a definite article? Like seriously.
I'm going to trademark the most commonly used word in the English language. We're going to trademark it. Okay, you go right on ahead. Ohio State. And Buckeyes taste like, by the way.
I've never had a Buckeye.
Not a fan of Buckeyes.
Never had a Buckeye.
On any level. Not even. I'm gonna. Okay. All right. Here we go. 7:30 game. Number 11 Oregon versus number 16 Auburn in Arlington today. Gus has got to step it up.
Yeah,
Gus has to. He's following the rest of college football in following Nick Saban's lead on starting a freshman quarterback.
And
let's all steal from Saban's playbook and steal his coaches.
There's a huge buyout for them to try to get rid of Gus. But do you really think that matters? Auburn's got the money. If they want to get rid of Gus, they can get rid of Gus.
If Gus does not produce a team that ends up in the top 10 this year, he's gone.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not so naive to not think that they probably should have gotten rid of Gus last year or the year before. And I'm not the type of guy that's going to jump on crucify the coach, bandwagon, like so many SEC teams, especially seems like do.
Oh yeah, it's you don't produce, and you have one bad year, you're gone. But apparently Auburn doesn't follow that principle, and I'm not mad about it. Like I'm still salty over
the Mike.
And I said yesterday I didn't use the word salty in regular talk, but apparently I did.
Indeed, she did say that.
But yeah, Mike Shula, I thought should have been given at least another year because he was on track, and there were sanctions against that. That's 12 years ago, so I think somewhere in that neighborhood 10 years ago. We got blessed.
There were
with
so
Saban
many. There were so many Mikes there
but,
for a little while.
But Shula got the short end of the straw. He wasn't given a chance to show what he could have done.
I tuned out.
Love you, Mike Shula.
I tuned out because they weren't wearing orange and blue. So
anyway, but yeah, teams are quick when they've had a bad season to ship off their coach. A&M ain't shifting theirs off anytime soon if he blows it with his like $68 million buyout on his 10-year contract right now. Anyhow,
who's at A&M?
Jimbo
Fisher.
Pretty sure Jimbo went to A&M.
Interesting.
I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, somebody, I'm sure if anybody ever watches this.
You didn't write down Dabo. I know you got a healthy hate for Clemson right now. But
I
Dabo,
actually don't have a
But
hate for
Dabo.
Okay.
So cool.
We're not there. All right. So cool. This game in Arlington, sorry about the shaky. We'll get better on the setup. And if we can get subscribers, we can get better setups because then, we can afford to make this. It'll be worth us spending the money to make the channel appear better. So, and y'all know you love this banner so far. All right. Oregon and Auburn. I know what the betting line is. The betting line is Auburn by 3. Or it was as of last night anyway.
Yeah.
The 3 predictions I saw yesterday were Oregon winning the game. I know what your prediction is.
Yeah, there's a reason game day's down there because
all
bets are off on this game.
And it's the game.
Vegas line,
the obvious
by 3 or some
game of the week because it's the only game that has 2 top 25 teams.
I want to see Corso's pick.
I'm not sure who Corso picked this morning. I'm sure it's already been done.
No, I doubt that. No, he'll pick it. He'll pick it here in a little while. No, he wouldn't. He won't do it early. He'll let the suspense build, and then he'll put on the, whatever.
Okay. So we know you're picking Auburn. I made a prediction on the Alabama game. How much I thought Alabama was going to win by. What do you think with Auburn?
I'd say
Oregon.
I'd say by a touchdown. Auburn by a touchdown.
Okay. I'm going to go with Auburn. I know. And there's a reason I'm going with Auburn. Because Gus has something to prove.
But your team's going to have to perform. And
I'm going to give Auburn the benefit of the doubt today.
And I haven't gotten stressed out yet.
But he's got 7 hours.
But
7.5.
Oh no, it's building
to game time
now. Just started.
It's awesome. And kickoff's in 5 minutes. Well, I'm sure kickoff's not, but anyway. So we're both going Auburn on the Oregon-Auburn game. Although Oregon does have some nice new uniforms this year. I saw them on game day this morning. They were talking about new uniforms, and Oregon's were pretty sweet as well as Pitt's.
I'm gonna get into NASCAR, but I'm gonna pick the prettiest car.
Like I'm still allowed to be a female. I may be able to talk college football, but I am still able to talk about the uniforms.
Well, I've been an Alabama fan all my life, but Oregon's got these really pretty uniforms, so I think I'm gonna be a duck.
Here's the thing, like I can't tell you a thing about the Alabama uniforms. I could care less about Alabama's uniforms as long as they play well.
Oh, they're classic, just like they always are.
They can play in potato sacks for all I care. As long as they're winning, I don't care what they wear. All right, moving on.
Yeah, we got to get through this.
Yeah. Another 7:30 game, number 20 Iowa versus Miami, Ohio. I'm going Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
And we'll probably move fairly quickly through these last ones. We'll make a pit stop here in a minute. I have the number, but I don't have the actual ranking for Texas. I put the number sign, but I did not put their actual ranking. It's not there. You can look at it all you want. Huh?
What happened there?
What happened where?
Why is it turned sideways? What's going on right there? Oh, that's 8 o'clock. That's some zeros. I was like, that 8 infinity? What the fuck is that?
My husband, ladies and gentlemen.
8 o'clock.
This is why you need to subscribe to this channel. At 8 o'clock tonight, not at Infinity 8 tonight, Texas, whatever rank they are, because I'm an idiot and somehow missed their ranking. Sorry, Texas. Is playing Louisiana Tech. I'm going with Texas.
Yeah, we could trace it back if we wanted to, but we don't have that kind of time. Football's about to come on.
Yeah, we're about to have to watch some Ohio State. Sorry.
If we can get Hulu to cooperate.
Yeah. Your prediction on the Texas?
Texas.
All right. And then we move to, there's the late game tonight, 10 o'clock. And all of these times are Eastern, by the way, because we are in the Eastern time zone. 10 o'clock tonight, number 23, Washington State versus New Mexico State. I'm going Washington State.
I'm going to go New Mexico State.
Okay.
Because
he's trying to make our scorecards this weekend.
I've seen New Mexico State in years past. Different team this year, obviously. I've seen them surprise some folks. So.
All right. And the game actually that I am most looking for, as much as I'm an Alabama fan, and there's a reason for this. The game I am most looking forward to this week is actually tomorrow. I don't have the time written down, so I'm not sure what time it is. I have no clue, actually. Number 4, Oklahoma versus Houston. Yeah. I dropped the ball, y'all. I dropped the ball.
Fumblerooski.
Jalen Hurts, my boy, hurts my feelings that he's not with Alabama anymore.
I see what you did there.
Excellent quarterback, all-around stand-up guy. I hope he shows out for Oklahoma this year.
I wish him well too. I hope he shows out.
Anybody that wishes anything other than good things for Jalen Hurts is not a decent human being. Because Jalen Hurts is a genuinely good human being from everything you could possibly ever see anywhere. So obviously I'm looking forward to, I don't even know how to write Oklahoma today. I'm saying Oklahoma tomorrow, but
big O and a big K is all you need.
Really looking forward to watching Jalen show what he can do and
to
see what he can do with a team in a conference where they score a lot, because he's not used to playing teams that score a lot. He's not used to that type of quick pace conference. He's used to SEC beat them to death, stomp them in the mud.
There'll be some growing pains, is what you're saying.
I'm thinking it's possible, but I think he's up to the task. If anybody is, it's Jalen Hurts. So
all right, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma as well.
Well, you better. We might have problems if he's rooting against Jalen.
All right, so the next one's going to be number 9 Notre Dame on Monday. Number 9 Notre Dame at Louisville. And I'm just going to go right into it. I'm going with Louisville, because Louisville is another one of those dark horses like Vanderbilt that surprises somebody every year.
And Notre Dame always loses to a team that they shouldn't lose to at some point.
Yeah.
And then they end up in playoff discussion, despite not having to play a conference championship. I'm not a Notre Dame fan. I think until they join a conference, they should not be in playoff discussions.
I don't hate Notre Dame, but
I mean, Rudy was great. But
never even seen that movie. Don't know shit about Rudy.
But the Fighting Irish are just a step below the Ohio State on my list. So, and I mean, even LSU's higher is. I like LSU.
Every time you say
I like LSU.
Every time you say the Ohio State, it trips me out.
I like LSU and Auburn more than I like Ohio State and Notre Dame.
All right then.
Of course, they're in our conference.
True.
SEC.
Toughest and best conference in the nation. That's football.
That's again, stomp them in the mud, wear them the hell out.
So you're going Louisville as well.
I'm going Louisville as well, and it's probably wishful thinking, and I've tried to not do wishful thinking throughout this, but like I said, Notre Dame just has that track record of losing to someone they shouldn't.
And Louisville has that track record that she probably didn't even think about
of beating someone they shouldn't.
Yes.
So
I mean, I'm not trying to discount you at all, but I doubt you even thought about that.
I really didn't, but it's Notre Dame, and I want them to lose. And I think Louisville has a better chance of beating Notre Dame than Florida Atlantic has of beating Ohio.
All right, so
but although what's his face, and I had his name this morning, and I can't remember the former coach from the former defensive coordinator from Alabama that's coaching Florida Atlantic. I'd love to see, if you want to pull it out of your ass and beat them, you go. All right, couple of things to discuss, and then we're gonna be gone for this week, and we'll see you next Saturday. But
wait,
I said a couple of things to discuss.
Okay, my bad. But wait, there's more.
Yes. But we're gonna touch on them quickly. Strength of schedule. Auburn, I'm sorry. You have the toughest schedule, and Gus has got to do something with it.
Could be our year.
Got to.
Could be our year. I mean, the stars may have aligned.
I mean,
with the desperation, I mean, it's desperation, right? With the desperation and the strength of schedule, if Auburn can pull that magic out of their hat that they do from time to time, like stupid stuff, but
Auburn
could be it.
If Auburn can make it to the Iron Bowl
undefeated
as a one-loss team, hold on,
who's going to deal that loss?
Just hear me out. LSU, Georgia.
Yeah, because you got to play Georgia every year. And you guys get Tennessee every year.
I can't help it.
Haters
Tennessee took a crap,
Yeah.
Tennessee was worth something several years ago.
They were several years ago, but yeah.
Go Vols. I can't even do it with a straight face anymore. I used to be able to say go Vols with a straight face, and I can't anymore.
I do like their checkered
My dad went to Tennessee,
checkered end zones,
there's a little bit of that.
They're
there.
pretty cool. Pumpkin and white.
Anyway, so if Auburn can make it to the Iron Bowl not undefeated, with just one loss, even if they lose to Alabama in the Iron Bowl, which the Iron Bowl is always up in the air, it wouldn't matter if Alabama was ranked number 1 and Auburn wasn't ranked at all and went in with no wins into the Iron Bowl. It's possible for Auburn to beat Alabama and vice versa. Iron Bowl is always up in the air.
Yeah, so a word to the wise, I wouldn't put money on an Iron Bowl ever.
Yeah, don't do it. It's not smart. No matter what, if Auburn goes into the Iron Bowl, a one-loss team, considering the strength of their schedule, they should be in discussion at the very least for playoffs. And that's just my opinion on that. Alabama and Clemson, and I touched on this earlier, their schedules suck. Both teams are going to blow out most of their my stomach is growling.
I hear that.
Alabama and Clemson are probably going to blow out most teams they play this year. Hopefully LSU will give us some competition, and I really don't know that other than Auburn, we've got anybody on our schedule that's ranked. I think we had like 3 ranked teams on our schedule. And of course, we'll see Clemson in the national championship. But that's neither here nor there. Do we want to talk about the little bit of a change to the targeting rule? We like the change to the targeting rule.
Yeah, I mean
the automatic review, and
yes.
it's either confirmed or it's not rejected, but it's
there's a slight change, and it seems to be beneficial where you're not the punishment isn't quite as harsh unless it was flagrant. Am I wrong about that?
No, the punishment is the same as long as it's confirmed. It's an automatic review as opposed to a coach has to risk a timeout.
And we got to see it last night, like with who was
it
that?
Was the Wake Forest game.
The Wake Forest game, and like Wake Forest didn't have a penalty at all in that game until like
20 seconds to go in the
20
game,
seconds left in the fourth quarter, and there was a flagrant targeting call. Like, dude uppercut somebody with his helmet, like hit him in the chin, like led with his helmet, led with the crown, hit him in the chin. Like it was brutal. And yeah,
I mean, it was obvious, but and we knew it wouldn't be called back. But I like that they're doing an automatic review because we did see last year a lot of targeting calls.
Yeah,
that
were very questionable. Because when you watch it on television, you have they review it. You have the luxury of seeing it over and over. Where that was a call that once that flag hit the field, that's it. It's definitive. There's no review of it. And I mean, we could go into the whole review stuff and the positives and negatives of reviewing all these plays and all this stuff. And
hopefully there won't be a whole lot of targeting calls,
making
because
games
that's the point of making this a
rule.
The
Pros and cons of that and all that. But in this instance, with this penalty, yes, because it's a I won't say it's a death sentence, but it can really affect the game if it's the wrong call. It can affect the game and the next game and possibly
because
your entire season.
You still, if you're penalized, if the penalty is confirmed, and there is no stands, it's either confirmed or declined, or not declined,
something like that. Yeah.
Not confirmed.
Yes, confirmed or not.
If the penalty is confirmed and it's in the first half of the game, that player is out for the remainder of that game. If it's in the second half of the game, that player misses the rest of the game and the first half of the following game. And another thing they've added on to this is if you have 3 targeting penalties throughout the season,
you're done.
Once you get that third one, you miss the entire next game.
Oh, the entire next game, but you still get to play.
You miss the rest of that game that you get that third penalty, but you also miss the entire next game.
Almost
and for every subsequent targeting penalty, you miss the entire
because
next game.
if you're doing it on a consistent basis,
if you're doing it on a regular basis, you don't need to be playing. Your coach needs to bench you. You need to lose your scholarship.
Send you back to mama's house
because you're trying to cripple people, and that's just not acceptable.
No,
it's not acceptable. It's not fair play. All right, playoff predictions. Yes, we're gonna do this. We're probably gonna be very wrong. We're totally just off the cuff. The four teams that we're predicting in the playoffs. Who's going first, me or you?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm going Clemson, Alabama. I'm going to put Oklahoma, and I gotta go Georgia. I'm going repeat of last year, and I hate to do that, but these teams are so strong.
Okay.
I can't put Ohio State in there because they've got new coach, they've got new quarterback. I can't imagine that they're going to be together enough this season to be able to pull it off.
All right, this is where it gets a little weird because mine are going to be like totally weird. So I'm just going to go left field with it. I'm going to say Auburn. Okay. I'm going to go Auburn, Ohio State, Oklahoma. And see, I want to put Alabama or Georgia in there, but that would be, if Auburn makes it, that would be very difficult for one of those two teams to actually make it in, because of the way the SEC is set up
What about
and how you
Clemson?
have to play them.
You're not putting Clemson in there?
Clemson's my fourth.
Okay. So, yeah, I won't hesitate to put two SEC teams in.
Well,
because we had it last year.
Yeah, but those two particular
However,
SEC teams,
let's
if
throw this
Auburn were to
out.
make it in, it would be difficult
Let's
for them.
throw this out here. UCF. UCF. Okay.
This time
playoff committee, if you're listening for some insane reason, if UCF goes undefeated this season and you do not put them in the playoffs, you're going to have riots.
Well,
you're going to have this Alabama fan rioting because you got to quit discounting what they're doing. They're doing amazing things at UCF, and we can't stop. We can't say, oh, they're not in a big enough conference to be playing these other teams. When you're going undefeated, you're doing something right. Those boys would probably step up and play.
This time next year, if we're still doing this, whatever you want to call it, thing, if we're still doing this, and UCF has a great year this year, they don't make it in. This time next year, you're going to hear me. They have no choice. They have no choice but to put them in the playoffs. You're probably going to hear me at the first of the season, if we're still doing this, you're going to hear UCF come out of my mouth as one of my picks. And this is just, and I didn't intend to go here, but it's just a definite argument for expanding the playoffs. Well, there's that. That needs to happen, and UCF is the reason why. There's that, and okay, so you got the UCF fans, and you got people like you and I that believe they should have been there last year, believe that if they have a good season this year, they should be there. So in the opposite side of that argument is that, well, it's not Division I or whatever that's called. It's not the upper echelon of folks that make it in. Okay, we'll put them in. Put them in anyway. Put up or shut up. You know what I mean? If they get crushed first round, if they get crushed second round or whatever, stop letting them claim titles they didn't earn. Make them earn the damn title. And nothing against them. It's not against them. Let them earn that title. Yes. Give them a shot. Give them a shot. They had a better season. They deserve a chance. Put up better scores than a lot of the folks that were in the top four in the playoffs last year. Put them in there. Either shut them up or let them shut you up. Yep. One of the two. I mean, they definitely should. Looks like we practiced this. We didn't. They definitely should have been last year. They should have been. I know Ohio State did not make it. I'm sorry, the Ohio State did not make it to the playoffs last year. But they were just one spot out of it. UCF should have been right there. They should have been higher in the discussions than Ohio State was. Absolutely. And if you're going to continue, Ohio State lost to Purdue. If they're going to continue to claim, I think the whole thing is, oh well, they're playing Division II teams and this and that and their schedule, whatever. Those Division II boys play football too. Then have that and have a playoff for a Division II national champion. And take into consideration how many Division I teams that your teams, or bring them up to Division I, or that. Yeah. Jacksonville State will be in the discussion if they continue to do good things too. Jacksonville State and possibly Troy, because Troy does. Troy, yeah. I mean, Troy showed out. I don't know a whole lot about Troy, but I know Jacksonville
Troy beat LSU in their homecoming game last year.
Jacksonville State's been doing good things too. But we're biased because we're from Alabama, and that's
But
that's
Troy
where
beat LSU
played.
In their homecoming game last year. Thank you. I think it was last year, maybe the year before. But that I will never forget that. Of course, I spent an entire quarter.
And Jacksonville State came down to Auburn and gave everybody a fucking heart attack. Scored the first touchdown on the big screen. Yeah, and gave everybody a heart attack.
All right, so we're gonna end that now. We've been going on for about an hour. So next time we'll try to get. We were planning on getting started at 11. We were a little behind today, so we'll try to get. We'll be a little more organized next time around, maybe.
Drug my ass out of bed at 10.
Can't guarantee we'll ever be completely organized, though. Love you too. Anyway, so a couple of things before we go. If you have watched this, hi nobody.
Hey, look, it's a 0 and a 0.
If you like our banter, because we love our banter, we think we're fun. Subscribe to the channel, share it with other people, tell them to watch it. Leave comments. We will comment on your comments. We will respond. Our goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers to this channel, because then we can go live via mobile, and
it'll be so much clearer,
we can
and easier and cleaner.
And I know everybody is like monetizing. People trying to make money off their YouTube channel. Yeah, because you know what? Making money off the YouTube channel gets me better video equipment, gets us better lighting, gets us, better software to be able to do editing. And
I don't look for us to make any money, but prove me wrong.
We can produce better content, and I'm trying to convince him to do live chats, not necessarily live chats, but discussions about other topics as well. Politics, food, just general life topics, because we have discussions like we've had today on a variety of topics in our household. This is every day. This is how we discuss things. We talk over each other. We interrupt. I'm surprised today I didn't have to tell him to be quiet or
I do more talking over than she does. See?
But we're fun. Follow us, like us, subscribe us, comment, share. And we will be back next Saturday. We hope somebody's with us, because we would love to have people chatting along with us, and we can discuss what you want to discuss.
Maybe folks will watch this, like after the fact, and be like, "Hey, that's pretty cool."
But that's going to be it for the day. Roll Tide.
Couple rambling fools. War Eagle.
I will try to do better at censoring my husband for live video.
Me?
You did a pretty good job today. He did a fairly good job today.
I censored me just then.
I know, but we're both potty mouths. I'm just better at censoring myself than he is. All right, I'm gonna do it one more time, because we did not sign off properly. Okay. Roll Tide.
War Damn Eagle.
All right, y'all have a good weekend. We'll see you next Saturday.
I wanted to say war fucking people, but I
had not ended the stream.